Hey everybody, this one applies to dog culture and dating. So I just want to make people aware of hormones because I noticed that we don't talk about this a lot when we talk about the whole doggy mommy, doggy daddy discussion. So when a woman is pregnant, her hormones changes. And there's a lot of information about postpartum hormone changes. Like, let me blue highlight some stuff here. The baby blues. This is because the woman's hormones do certain things during and after pregnancy that they need to do. They make the mom hyper alert, hyper aware. The mom's sex drive goes down, and it's because of the raise in estrogen. So, estrogen, progesterone, prolactin, oxytocin, all of these hormones and neurotransmitters are ramped up and used differently when you're pregnant. However, when the mom has the baby and then breastfeeds the baby, all of these hormones go back to a normal level. They go back to a normal, emotionally balanced level where you don't have crazy hunger cravings, your emotions go back under control. And that's how it's supposed to be in nature. And also, the man, the husband, in the typical relationship where the man and husband raised a kid together, the man's hormones change too. There's something called, let me blue highlight that, sympa, oops, sorry, sympathetic pregnancy. So the man has a lower testosterone and higher estrogen during the pregnancy because that's the time for the man to be more of kind of a pushover, not so like he's not going to be like grabbing the mom and just dragging her into the cave to have his way with her. It's going to be less like that. So here's some stuff. Testosterone levels fall. Okay, prolactin levels rise. Cortisol rises. So cortisol, that's like your hyper alertness. That's like everything is making you stressed. And part of it is because the woman is stressed, but part of it is because your main concern is now for the baby. Like for the baby and to protect the mom. You get into this hyper protective kind of thing. Levels of estradiol lower. So basically, kind of like this picture right here, basically you're kind of getting this beta male kind of pushover. He's more worried about the baby. I know not all men are like this, but naturally that's how this is supposed to go. Okay? And basically both the man and the woman have similar hormonal changes. Now if you observe nature, you probably notice like a grizzly bear, a mama grizzly bear. When a mama grizzly bear doesn't have cubs, that kind of bear basically walks through the woods. But when your estrogen levels are raised, like this mama bear here, there's hundreds of examples of this, but let me just show you this one. Basically just hanging out, right? Hanging out with the cubs. Oh, uh-oh. You see that? Boom, the mama bear snapped because she detected a threat. The body language or the way that the other bear was breathing, that's her cortisol type reaction. And so that's natural. But when we own dogs, dogs become a permanent baby. So dogs hijack all of those things that I just mentioned to you. They hijack the man's proper testosterone level. And look at men in our society. More and more men have man boobs. That comes from high estrogen. The internet is flooded with ways to get rid of your man boobs. Do this, do that. And so more and more men, like this guy right here, more and more men have these like A cup or B cup man boobs. More and more men, instead of going after women, they just go on OnlyFans. They don't go after a woman, and they don't want to be rejected, so they just go on OnlyFans. And men pay hundreds and thousands of dollars to go on OnlyFans and have computer relationships with women. And that is indicative of improper hormonal balance. I know there's many other problems that are feeding this, but it's a big part of it. And you may have heard of extended breastfeeding. Well, extended breastfeeding, like it used to be a thing where moms would breastfeed somebody like until they're 14 years old even. It raises your hormones. It's because that tells your body that the baby is still a baby. Basically, your body thinks that you have a whole nother baby. But that's what women are doing by keeping dogs as little babies. It raises their hormone levels. So, like that video I showed you with the bear attacking, that is very much like in the dating world or just meeting someone that's a dog mom. They might say, "Oh, I'm compassionate, I'm a good person because I have dogs." But what will happen if you say something like, "Their dog barks too much," or "Their dog chewed up a shoe and that's not good because that's an expensive shoe"? Boom. You will be instantly in an argument. You'll be instantly in a debate, and dates will get canceled. Dinner times together will get canceled because you didn't agree with her about her dog being the most perfect dog ever. And that's very similar to what's going on with breastfeeding and extended breastfeeding. You're putting yourself in the mama bear mode with high estrogen, high cortisol all of your life by having a dog as a baby. And it's happening to men too, because we see men are more and more feminized and less less going after women, less doing men stuff, more time on the screen, more time just sitting around at their house instead of doing outdoor stuff. This concern for dogs as babies is everywhere in our society. Like, look at this commercial from Nissan. This guy, he has a dog, it's like his baby. He has to walk around with his head down, poor posture, staring at the dog the whole time. Did you ever notice that a lot of guys walk around with their head down? Well, having a dog does that too, and having your head down affects your hormones. So many things affect your hormones. Having poor posture does affect your hormones. So this guy walks around with the dog. It's an older dog, and he has to have all this stuff: a Nissan car, a Nissan leash. He's got to have, in the end of the video, he's got to have a ramp. That is exactly like taking care of a little helpless baby. You're walking around with your head down like this, looking at it. Where's it going? Does it need this? Does it want that? That is like taking care of a baby, and that affects your hormone levels. So I'll put this one in the description. But posture affects your hormone levels. When you're running around with your shoulders rolled up front, like most dog owners have to do, that affects your hormone levels in a poor way. So men and women are having their hormone levels hijacked by dog ownership. And if you look at the way men and women act in our modern society, the emotional reactiveness, the unwillingness to chase a partner, just sit at home, pet the dog, I'm a dog daddy, I'm a dog mom, the hormone argument makes so much sense. And it's not healthy to have your hormones hijacked by these dogs. If you have the posture where you're standing up straight, looking a human in the face, like say you're 5'9" and you have a human that's like 5'4" to 6 feet, you can stand next to them and look them in the face, and that affects your hormone levels. When you're standing there looking down at a dog, your hormone levels are being affected in a poor way. And anecdotally, this is true. When you hang out in a group with people and you have to go in the corner and put your head down, you automatically feel crappy. And studies and anecdotal information proves this. So let's look at one more car commercial, and then I'll let you guys go. So in this car commercial, this kind of applies to the control freak, doggy daddy kind of attitude. So they say that this pup right here, the pup, he ran away. So how are they gonna do it? They're gonna
Pup on the run? No problem. with five.
5 different drive modes. This is like control freak behavior. How about just buy a leash? Like they're making it cool that you have to have 5 different ways to catch your rambunctious dog. And now a kid is going to get bitten by a pit bull and they're going to do the same thing. Oh, we need 5 different ways to figure out who triggered the dog. This is control freak, doggy daddy, doggy mommy behavior. You need 5 different drive modes in your car to catch a dog that ran away. you know, so that's like parent type behavior. It's like if your little kid ran away on the BMX bike, yeah, you would call everybody, you would go out of your way to figure out where he went. And that's what this type of behavior is. It's subliminal doggy daddy type thinking. So, I hope you guys like this video. When it comes to the way men and women interact in the dating world, you got to look at the way the hormones are affecting our fellow humans.